What's good with y'all, boys? Welcome back to another episode of Ray and Kai Everything Sports Podcast. Today we're here to break down our NFL bets of the week. Ray's coming off a 3-1 week last week, making him 15-10 overall, and I'm coming off a 4-0 week, making me 10-11 overall. So right there at 500 almost. So Ray, what is your first NFL lock of the week?
My first lock of the week is going to be Vikings +3 versus the Saints. For two reasons I like this pick. One, I actually would probably take the Vikings money line. Dabble with that a little bit. I like the Vikings team. Everybody's like their offense, but I like Josh Jobs. I think he's going to come in. He's done a job not even knowing the team, so now he's going to have a full week to be able to know the guys and know the system. He's going to do even better. And then if you look at the other side of the Saints side, I don't think they really have lived up to expectations. So I don't personally like that Saints team. I don't think many people do. I think that they go into every game, and I think they're going to lose, and I think they're going to lose this one. So Vikings +3 to me is a lock.
For my lock of the week, I'm taking the Steelers -3 versus a terrible Packers team at -130. This Packers team is bad, like I said. Jordan Love is clearly not their franchise quarterback and not that guy. They have young receivers. Christian Watson is not the receiver that we thought he was. He's a young guy. Yes, he still has time to develop, but he's not quite there. And this Steelers team is good. I mean, Mike Tomlin, a great head coach. Kenny Pickett, he's a solid quarterback. He's young, but he's not going to turn the ball over. They have pretty good weapons with Deontay Johnson and George Pickens, and a solid, 1-2 punch at the running back position with Warren and Najee Harris. So I like the Steelers -3. They're at home, and I mean they're great against the spread, and so I really like this Steelers team -3.
Next up for me, I've got the Bucks -1 versus the Titans. I feel like this line should be a lot more. Similar story with the Saints. They don't like the Titans team, and then the Bucks, they have Baker Mayfield at quarterback. So. So he's been balling. I like him a lot in that Buck system. He hasn't been very good up to this point, but he's been balling recently, and I think he's going to continue that this week. This Bucks team started off hot. They've cooled off a little bit, but I expect them to make a run to still compete for that NFC South, make a run for the playoffs. So give me the Bucks -1 this week at -110.
For my second lock of the week, I'm taking the Raiders money line versus the Jets at -115. This Raiders team has really gained momentum since the firing of Josh McDaniels and the benching of Jimmy G. This Jets team is not very good. I mean, they have very, very, very big questions at the quarterback position with Zach Wilson. Yeah, he's killing out their franchise quarterback. That's why they brought in a veteran like Aaron Rodgers. So he's killing out the guy. He did show a few glimpses against a Chiefs team, a few glimpses in other games, but he's clearly not developing like we thought he would. He's still too turnover prone, and this team is not very good. Now, the thing that does worry me is they do have a good defense, but I just feel like the Jets are not going to be able to move the ball. And the Raiders still have Max Crosby. They still have Devontae Adams and a great run game with Josh Jacobs. So I like the Raiders money line, and they're at home at -115.
Next up for me is going to be the Browns +6.5 at -110 versus the Ravens. Don't get me wrong, this is nothing against the Ravens. Unlike my other two picks, I think the Ravens are a great team, but and I do think they could possibly win this game, and I probably would pick them winning this game in a close game. But to me, this Browns defense is just too good to be outside of 6.5 points to the Ravens. And then this Browns team has competed with everyone. I mean, for a while we thought the 49ers were the best team in the league, and they're the first team to go in there and beat them. So I think that this Browns team is legit. I think they're going to at least keep this game close. It wouldn't surprise me if they won it. I might dabble in the money line a little bit, but I think this game for sure will come down to the wire. The Ravens like taking games to the wire, so I think this Ravens team, especially with the struggles they have on offense with that Browns defense, this game will stay close.
For my third lock of the week, I'm riding with the Thursday night game. I'm taking the hot man Adam Thielen over 5.5 receptions at -130. He's only gone under this line 2 times out of their 8 games that they've played, so he's very consistent. He gets a lot of targets, averaging 8.5 targets per game. In the last 4 games, he's averaged 8.7 receptions. So I think he'll fly with this line in a sloppy game, and he is Bryce Young's go-to guy. So I love Adam Thielen over 5.5 receptions at -130. For my fourth and final lock of the week, I'm taking Brandon Ayuk over 62.5 receiving yards at -115. Now, Deebo Samuel is coming back, but I think that'll only help Brandon Ayuk because that'll take more eyes and more double teams away from him. He's going over this 4 out of their 7 games, and the 2 games he didn't, he could have easily went over that, but just a few drops and a few missed throws by their mediocre quarterback, Brock Purdy. So he's going to be San Francisco's number 1 receiver. He's been their number 1 receiver the whole year, and they're coming off a bye, so that'll only just, really gain more confidence for that mediocre quarterback and allow him to really excel. So I love Brandon Ayuk over 62.5 receiving yards at -115.
That's going to be our lock of the weeks. Thank y'all boys for locking in with us for some free cash, and we'll see y'all next week.